The American Revolutionary War, a conflict spanning 8 long years, reached its dramatic climax in the autumn of 1781. This pivotal moment unfolded in a small Virginia port town, forever etched into the annals of history. It was here, at Yorktown, that the fate of a nascent nation was decisively sealed. The Siege of Yorktown, also known as the Battle of Yorktown, stands as the final major land battle of the American Revolutionary War. Its outcome irrevocably altered the course of global history. This engagement brought together a formidable coalition of forces against the British. By 1781, the war had largely shifted to the southern colonies. British forces under Lieutenant General Charles Cornwallis sought to consolidate control and suppress the American rebellion. Cornwallis established a fortified position at Yorktown, Virginia, a strategic port on the Chesapeake Bay. This location offered a deep-water harbor, crucial for resupply and communication with the British fleet. However, it also presented a potential trap, vulnerable to a combined land and sea blockade. The stage was set for a confrontation that would determine the war's outcome. The Continental Army, led by its indomitable commander-in-chief, General George Washington, recognized the strategic opportunity. Washington, along with his trusted aide, the Marquis de Lafayette, had been closely monitoring Cornwallis's movements. They understood the critical need for a decisive victory. Crucially, the American forces were bolstered by the invaluable support of their French allies. The French army, under the command of the Comte de Rochambeau, brought seasoned troops and vital artillery to the American cause. Their presence significantly augmented the Allied strength. Adding another layer of strategic advantage was the French Navy. A powerful French naval force, commanded by the Comte de Grasse, was dispatched to the Chesapeake Bay. Their mission was to establish a naval blockade, preventing British reinforcement or escape by sea. This convergence of American land forces, French land forces, and French naval power created an overwhelming numerical and strategic superiority. The combined Allied forces began their march towards Yorktown, aiming to encircle Cornwallis's army. The siege officially began on September 28, 1781. The Allied armies, numbering approximately 17,000 men, systematically encircled the British positions. Cornwallis commanded around 9,000 British and Hessian troops, now trapped with no viable escape route. The Allied forces began constructing parallel trenches and artillery batteries, steadily advancing closer to the British defenses. Day by day, the relentless bombardment intensified, pounding the British fortifications and demoralizing their troops. The precision and volume of the Allied artillery fire were devastating. Key to the siege's success was the capture of two British redoubts, Redoubt 9 and Redoubt 10, on October 14th. These strongholds were vital outer defenses for the British. Their fall allowed the Allies to complete their second parallel, bringing their artillery within close range of the main British lines. American troops, led by Alexander Hamilton, stormed Redoubt 10, while French forces, under the Baron de Viomenil, assaulted Redoubt 9. These daring nighttime assaults were executed with bayonets, minimizing the sound of gunfire and maximizing surprise. The successful capture of these redoubts sealed Cornwallis's fate. With his defenses crumbling, his troops exhausted, and no hope of relief by sea or land, Lieutenant General Charles Cornwallis faced an impossible situation. His position was untenable, and further resistance would only lead to needless casualties. The relentless Allied pressure had achieved its objective. On October 17, 1781, Cornwallis sent a flag of truce, signaling his intention to negotiate terms of surrender. 2 days later, on October 19, 1781, at precisely 10:30 a.m., the formal surrender ceremony took place. The British Army marched out of their fortifications, laying down their arms. Cornwallis, citing illness, did not attend the surrender ceremony himself. Instead, he sent his second-in-command, Brigadier General Charles O'Hara, to present his sword to the Allied commanders. In a symbolic gesture, O'Hara attempted to surrender to Rochambeau, but was directed to Washington. Washington, in turn, directed him to Benjamin Lincoln, his second-in-command. The sight of the defeated British troops, once considered invincible, marching out to surrender was a profound moment. It signaled the end of major hostilities and a decisive victory for the American cause. The news of Yorktown reverberated across the Atlantic. The British defeat at Yorktown had immediate and far-reaching consequences. Upon receiving the news, British Prime Minister Lord North reportedly exclaimed, "Oh God, it is all over." The political will to continue the costly war in America evaporated. Public opinion in Britain turned decisively against the conflict. Negotiations for peace began shortly thereafter. These discussions culminated in the signing of the Treaty of Paris in 1783. This landmark treaty formally ended the American Revolutionary War. It was a monumental diplomatic achievement for the newly formed United States. In the Treaty of Paris, Great Britain formally acknowledged the independence and sovereignty of the 13 colonies. This recognition was a crucial step, transforming the former colonies into a legitimate and independent nation on the world stage. The treaty also established the boundaries of the new United States, extending its territory westward to the Mississippi River. The victory at Yorktown and the subsequent Treaty of Paris paved the way for the establishment of the United States of America. This new nation was founded on revolutionary principles, distinct from the monarchical systems prevalent across the globe. It was to be the first constitutional republic in world history. This republic was founded on the consent of the governed, a radical idea at the time. Power would derive from the people, not from a monarch or an inherited elite. Furthermore, it was built upon the rule of law, ensuring that all citizens, including those in power, were subject to a written constitution and established legal principles. The legacy of Yorktown extends far beyond the battlefield. It represents the triumph of perseverance, strategic alliance, and the unwavering pursuit of liberty. It stands as a testament to the vision of its founders and the sacrifices made to secure independence. The Siege of Yorktown remains a powerful symbol of American determination and the pivotal moment when a fledgling nation secured its place among the sovereign states of the world. It is a cornerstone of American history, a testament to the birth of a new political order. Like and share this video on the Battle of Yorktown. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos on historic battles.